You might be making silent mistakes that are quietly draining your wealth potential and not even realize it. The truth is harsh. Many people work their entire lives and still struggle financially because they keep repeating the same harmful patterns. Today, you're going to discover 7 things you must avoid if you truly want to build lasting wealth. If this topic resonates with you, like, share, and subscribe. Let's work together to change your relationship with money and success. 1. Working just for money. You probably heard the saying, do what you love and the money will follow. It's not entirely true, but it's not completely wrong either. The trap is working only for money and ignoring your growth potential. You're trading your time for cash without building any intellectual capital that could sustain you long term. Many people take high-paying jobs that keep them in the same position for years, without any progress. The issue isn't a good salary, it's a professional stagnation. Over time, you become replaceable and your value in the market drops. Path A versus Path B. Picture 2 career paths. Path A pays well but involves repetitive tasks that require no real thinking or learning. It might seem like a smart choice short term, but it's like running on a treadmill. Lots of effort, little progress. Path B pays less in the beginning, but puts you in challenging situations that push your creativity, leadership, and learning. Over time, this is the path taken by the most in-demand and highly paid professionals. High-income skills. High-income skills are those that allow you to generate major value for each hour worked. Think copywriting, coding, sales, paid traffic, video editing. Fields that are in high demand and can seriously boost your income if you stay consistent. Investing time in these is like building an engine that keeps running even when you slow down. You're not just selling time anymore, you're delivering results. And results are always rewarded. Your greatest asset is you. Your greatest asset isn't your car, your salary, or your current job title. It's your ability to learn, apply, and solve problems. The more skills you develop, the more opportunities open up. You stop depending on the market and start creating your own chances. Be intentional with your learning. Choose a skill that can scale, master it, and then branch out. Wealthy people know this. They invest in themselves first, before any other asset. 2. Ignoring the power of equity. Most people don't talk about this, but real wealth isn't just built through high salaries. It comes from having a stake in something bigger. That's equity. And if you're still working only for hourly pay or project fees, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Equity is what turns good professionals into millionaires. It's not about how much you make each month, but about how much your share is worth in a growing project. This mindset is what separates those who just work from those who build wealth. What is equity? Equity means being a part owner, even if just a small one, of a business. It could be a startup, an agency, a content channel, or any company you help grow. It gives you a right to a share of the profits and the growth, beyond your paycheck. Many young billionaires in Silicon Valley started this way, earning little, but holding shares in the companies they helped build. When those companies took off, their shares were worth millions. They bet on long-term value, and it paid off. How to earn equity? There are several ways to gain equity. The most straightforward is starting your own business. Another is through what's called sweat equity, contributing your time and skills in exchange for a stake. A third option is to buy into a promising company. Even a small piece can grow in value over time. But remember, before asking for equity, deliver value. Prove you're essential. That's how you get treated like a true partner. A real-life example. Let's say you're a designer or video editor. Instead of charging per project, why not propose a partnership with a content channel that has growth potential? You handle the visuals and receive a percentage of the profits as the channel expands. This takes vision and patience. But if the project succeeds, your share might be worth far more than dozens of small gigs. Think like an owner, not just a service provider. 3. Living a premature luxury lifestyle. One of the biggest modern traps is trying to look rich before actually being rich. And it's expensive. Finance cars, vacations on credit, designer brands, and flashy social media posts are just a mask over a fragile financial reality. Living beyond your means might earn you likes and compliments, but it won't give you freedom. What looks like success on the outside often feels like a trap on the inside, when you're buried under monthly payments. Alarming numbers. In the U.S., over 60% of people live paycheck to paycheck. In Brazil, more than 77% are in debt, according to recent data. And most of that debt isn't from emergencies. It's from emotional decisions like impulse buys or chasing social status. The worst part? These choices drain your investment potential. Spend $200 on the newest phone, and you missed a chance to put that money into an asset that could grow over time. The invisible wealth. Truly wealthy people often don't look like the ones you see on Instagram. They drive used cars, wear simple clothes, and live below their means, because they understand that freedom is worth more than appearances. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought decades ago. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same basic t-shirts. Their secret? They focus on building assets, not collecting liabilities. The smart trade-off. Instead of spending to look rich, invest to become rich. Buy stock in solid companies. Reinvest dividends. Buy rental properties. Explore crypto responsibly. These things won't get you instant likes, but they'll bring you closer to a future where you get to decide when, how, and with whom you work. 4. Try and do everything alone. The idea that you have to be the lone hero of your journey sounds romantic, but it's totally ineffective. No millionaire ever made it entirely on their own. All of them had support networks, partners, mentors, and strategic allies along the way. When you try to do everything by yourself, not only do you burn out, but you also limit your speed and potential for growth. It's the classic case of saving in the short term, paying in the long term. You might save some money now, but you'll pay with stagnation later. No one grows alone. Take the so-called PayPal mafia. For example, a group of entrepreneurs who supported each other and went on to build companies like Tesla, LinkedIn, Yelp, and YouTube. What did they have in common? Long-term vision and collaboration. They shared ideas, talent, and contacts. They didn't compete. They teamed up. One person's success lifted everyone else. That's the power of smart networking. Use your skills to help and grow. Are you good with digital tools? Use that to help small businesses that still run offline. You can build websites, set up marketing campaigns, create booking systems. All of that has high market value. Platforms like Odoo let you build customized solutions for traditional businesses and get paid well for it. Partnerships like these bring in income, experience, and possibly even long-term business opportunities. The power of a team. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. A well-structured team can speed up your results, expand your reach, and keep you motivated during tough times. Even a simple brainstorming session can unlock a project you've been stuck on for weeks. The right people multiply ideas, solutions, and opportunities. 5. Having too many inputs, opinions, and advice. We live in the age of information overload. Every minute, there's new advice, new opinions, new magic formulas. And ironically, all this noise is leaving people stuck. You watch videos, read books, follow countless experts online, yet still feel lost. That's because too many inputs create confusion, not action. Too much info equals paralysis. Your brain short-circuits when it tries to absorb everything at once. Every piece of advice sounds valid, but often contradicts the last. The result? Analysis paralysis. You become a content consumer instead of a doer. Knowing a lot, but doing very little is one of the biggest traps today. You need to learn how to filter, and more importantly, how to act on what really matters. Focus is power. Choose one mentor, one strategy, one goal, then stick to it with discipline. Ignoring 90% of the advice out there might be the smartest move you make toward real progress. Many billionaires follow simple rules, but with brutal consistency. They know it's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing what to ignore. Real-world example. Jeff Bezos ignored the advice of top executives when he founded Amazon. They said e-commerce was crazy. If he had listened to everyone, he'd be working a corporate job right now. Instead, he focused on a clear vision, filtered out the noise, and executed with precision. That's the difference between people who do and people who just consume content. 6. Letting your ego take the lead. Ego is one of the most dangerous traps on the path to wealth. It convinces you that you know enough, that you're always right, and that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Nothing could be further from the truth. People ruled by ego stay stuck. They don't listen, they don't learn, and they don't grow. Ego makes you ignore warning signs, reject valuable advice, and stick to bad decisions just to avoid being wrong. Ego is the enemy. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to look strong all the time. People who learn to quiet their ego develop the most powerful skill of all, the humility to keep learning. Top investors, leaders, and entrepreneurs are lifelong learners. They know growth only comes when you admit what you don't know and learn from people who are a few steps ahead. The iceberg principle. What you know is just the tip of the iceberg. The wealth lies beneath the surface. It's built on curiosity, humility, and a willingness to listen more and talk less. You might master one area, but the world keeps evolving. What worked 2 years ago might be outdated today. That's why you need to move your ego out of the way, to make room for transformation. Wealth favors learners. People who build wealth aren't always the smartest. They're the most open. They understand there's always more to learn, more people to learn from, and more room to improve. The more you grow, the more you need to let go of old certainties. Clinging to your ego keeps you stuck. Letting go sets you free and moves you forward. 7. Staying stuck in your comfort zone. The comfort zone is tempting. It feels safe, familiar, easy, but it's also where dreams go to die and mediocrity thrives. Stay there too long, and you lose your sense of urgency. Many people confuse stability with success, when really, they're just surviving. A fixed salary, predictable routine, and lack of challenges might feel like achievements, but they're often disguised limitations. The invisible prison. The comfort zone is a prison without bars. You think you're in control, but really, fear is running the show. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of change. Meanwhile, time keeps ticking, quiet and ruthless. And nothing is more expensive than wasting time, because you're afraid to take risks. Growth demands discomfort. It forces you to step out, make mistakes, improve, and keep going. The growth zone. All progress happens outside the comfort zone. That's where you find out what you're truly capable of. Every challenge expands your limits, your confidence, and yes, your income too. Whenever you take on a new project, enter a new market, or learn a new skill, discomfort is part of the deal. But that discomfort is what pushes you into the next phase of your life. A personal story. I started from scratch. Just like many of you, I learned by observing, failing, trying again. At 40, I took the risk of moving to another country and started a business in China. At 53, I reinvented myself by launching a YouTube channel. None of it was easy, but every step outside my comfort zone brought me growth, experience, and results I never could have achieved if I had stayed on the safe path. The growth zone has no limits. You just have to take that first step. If you want to build real wealth, avoid these silent traps. Working just for money, ignoring equity, overspending too early, trying to do everything alone, getting lost in too much advice, letting ego take over, and staying stuck in your comfort zone. Wealth is a result of self-awareness, intentional action, and consistent discipline. If this video helped you, like it, drop a comment saying, "I'm on the right path," share it with someone who needs this message, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's walk this journey together toward financial and mental freedom.